Morning world, welcome to Monday 10th of June and a beautiful day to be out on the tractor knocking off a few thistles. Pulling up a few ragwort. Right, that's a couple more that won't make it into my cattle's bellies. Anyway, I've had a phone call this morning from TH White's. I don't think they were very happy with the video I put up the other day when I fetched my tractor back from having a repair, which is fair enough. Anyway, the phone call was basically, look, we're sorry there was a mess up. It was a very simple error, and I'll be the first to say a very simple error and something that anybody could have done, but shouldn't have happened. Anyway, the phone call was basically, the bosses aren't very happy, we got to make this right. What can we do to put this right? So originally I'd said, replace the bottle of LHM brake fluid. I've still got some left though, and to be honest, like I said to the service manager, now the brakes are fixed, do I actually need another bottle of LHM? And he said, not really. He said, but if you want it, I'll jump in my van and I'll bring it down now, if that's what it's going to take to put it right. And I said, well, I don't really need it. And he said, so well, what else can we do? So I said, actually, I have got something I do want, and if you want to put it right and you want to do something, there is a little thing you could do for me. He goes, what was it? Or what is it? And I said, can I have a new sight glass to go on there? And he said, yes, we can do that. Send me your serial number and the tractor details and that. And he said, and I'll get one ordered for you. So I have no idea what that little sight glass will cost. None. I'd like to think 40 quid at the most. I mean, inside there are some level lines I can't see. And I thought, well, it's something useful, it's something the tractor needs, and they really want to do something. And I said, look, I'm quite happy to put it right and to advocate for you as well. And he said, thank you. So that's what I'm going to do now. So before I run out of battery, what I'm going to say is I've been in business, self-employed, 34 years. Probably a little bit more than that actually. The tree company is 34 years old. I was self-employed a couple of years before that. So 35, 36 years. And if I was to tell you that I'd never made a mistake, I'd never broken something, I'd never made an error, I'd never cost my customer a potential, well, I could potentially cost my customer something, I'd be fibbing, because we have. In that many years, we've broken fence panels, we've broken panes of glass in greenhouses, we've done this, we've done that. But the thing that I think tells a good contractor from a bad one, everybody breaks stuff, it happens, it just happens. But if you're happy to put your hand up and go, yeah, I did that, what can I do to put it right? That to me is a sign of a good bloke. The fact that he made a cock up, yeah, all right, well, it shouldn't have happened, but we don't know the circumstances. He was busy doing that there, he got called off to do something else urgently, blah, blah, blah. Somebody else closed the bonnet on the tractor. He thought they'd put the cap on. There are so many reasons why this little thing happened. And it is little, because nothing went wrong. Nobody got hurt, nobody got injured, nothing got damaged. It was only the fact that I opened the bonnet and noticed the lid was off. I did ring Marley and say to him, Marley, there's been a bit of an incident, and he was busy and he said, I'll call you back later. and I was going to have a chat with him about it, and the chances are if we'd had a chat, the video may never have been made, possibly. I mean, it might have done. Like I said to the service engineer, I do a daily video, I do a video of what I do every day, well most days, and that was kind of the only half interesting thing that happened on that day, so it got added to the video. I did say also that if someone's going to lose their job over it, I'll take the video down, because it won't be the first time I've done that. And he said, no, he said, I haven't got to take the video down, he said, but we have got to put it right, we have got to make it right. So I said, right, sight glass, I'm not going to take advantage. I'm not going to say, oh, what a free service, I want a set of tyres, I want a new tractor for that. I'm not going to do anything silly, I'm not going to take advantage. Sight glass. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So as far as I'm concerned, they've made amends, and we can now draw a line underneath the whole thing. So the main thing I don't want to do is fall out with one of our main tractor dealerships, who I'm hoping that sooner or later in the future I'm going to establish a bit more relationship, because there are other things that we do want, and there are other things we do need, and this tractor will still need servicing, and other bits of kit need servicing. I don't want to make myself such a risk or a pain in the ass that it's a case of, we'd rather not work for you, we'd rather you didn't, we'd rather you went somewhere else. I don't want that. But yeah, it's a fine line we tread sometimes, a fine one, but gotta be honest, aren't you, in my opinion. There you go. So yeah, so this is probably the 4th time I've made this bit of video. I filled the card up, I've run out of battery, because I've shot this thing 3 or 4 times, and every time I've done it I go, no, that's not right. No, I don't want to paint TH whites with a negative brush for one silly little error. Yeah, and no harm was done, but it shouldn't have happened. Lines drawn. Oh, when it does that, this is all computer stuff, isn't it? When it does that, I've told you before, I'll tell you again, when you put the PTO on, it doesn't come on, it's because something somewhere hasn't switched. So I leave it on, turn the engine off, then I turn the engine back on, wait for the lights to go out, punch him out, and next time I turn him on, he'll work. Little light, spinny, spinny, roundy, roundy. Yeah. So on this bit of grass here, I'm not going to top all of it. I'm literally just going around the outside for a minute. I'm doing a bit at a time. There are some thistles out here, some biggish old ball thistles. I have flattened some, but these aren't quite ready for topping. It's just a bit too soon, so we'll let them go on a little bit more, and then we'll come back out and beat them up properly. Not that one though. He's having it today. Well, afternoon world. It is gone 5 o'clock. I've got very little done on the farm today because the phone's got busy and I've been out looking at trees for folks, including, again, ash trees. That's the second one this week where we've had or in the last week, folks ringing me up saying, oh, can you come and give me a price to take down my ash tree? And I've got on site and I've said, can I ask why you're taking it down? And then they've told me it's got ash dieback, and I've told them hasn't got ash dieback. And then they've told me, oh, well, we've had someone knock on the door and tell us that our tree's dangerous and we've got to take it down. and then I've told them that it's not dangerous, no more dangerous than any other tree. There's no such thing as a completely 100% safe tree, apart from one that is cut off at ground level. That's pretty safe, and even then you can fall over the stump. But there seems to be some unscrupulous tree folk types, and they're mostly from the same kind of background, that will go around and they'll target especially older people. This was an older lady today, and frighten them into doing work on trees doesn't need to be done. So anyhow, I don't know if I've managed to talk her out of it, because they really have put the fear of God up her, and I've got to give her a quote to take the tree down. I said I'll give her a quote to take it down, but my advice is she doesn't need to. And she can save her money, and it's just, I mean, all right, maybe next year, the year after, it might get ashtray back, and maybe then we'll look at it, but it doesn't need doing now. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is if you watch my videos and you follow what I do, and you've got friends, or even if you've had experience yourself, someone comes and knocks on your door and tells you your tree is dangerous, unless you know who that person is, get a second opinion. Unless they can point something at you that's absolutely obvious, you know, it's hanging in half, that half of it's across the road, or it's lying on the roof of your house, okay, I'll grant that could come under the heading of your tree is not very safe. But if you've got a tree that's in full leaf and it looks perfectly okay, you've probably got time to get someone to go in, pick up the phone. You can either ring your local council. They won't necessarily recommend anybody to, because a lot of councils can't, but they might give you an inkling as to where you can get some decent advice. Or you can go online, you can go www.trees.org, which is the web page for the Arboricultural Association, and at least then you'll have somebody reputable to come out and give you a recommendation. And if the tree is dangerous, they'll give you a quote, and then you can compare that to the other gentleman who turned up in his old transit van, possibly lives in a caravan. Compare it, and then you can see which one's insured. Because if the first gentleman knocks on the door, it's a case of, I'd like to see your insurance, please. Because if you're a proper bona fide business, you will have insurance. Please bear in mind, somebody can call themselves fully insured, and the only legal insurance you have to be classified as fully insured is employer's liability and the insurance for your truck. Public liability, products liability, is not a legal requirement. You don't have to have it. We do. But yeah, someone could come to you and go, oh yes, I'm fully insured. Okay, what does that cover? You know, because if something goes wrong and they smash up a neighbour's and they disappear, guess who's going to be paying for it? Won't be them. So yeah, so just, it's the same with anything, I suppose. They'll come and tarmac your drive, they'll come and put your fence up, they'll do this and they'll do that. And I will, in all honesty, just as devil's advocate, there are a few of them out there who will actually do a good job. And there are a few of them who are insured. And there are a few of them that are conscientious. Sadly, there's an awful lot more that don't come under any of those titles. So yeah, somebody knocks on your door and says, oh, your tree's dangerous, you need to take it down. And by the way, here's what it costs. We can do it. Oh, we happen to have a couple of guys, Andy, we can do it today. Just go, well, do you know what? I'll call a friend. Yeah, give us your card. Give your address, your contact details and everything on it. Give us your card. Oh, we haven't got a card. Well, if you haven't got a card, if I can't trace you, if I don't know where you are, go away. So, yeah. There's an awful lot of bad people out there. A few good ones, but a lot of bad ones. So, anyway, I digress. So, I didn't do any more topping. I kind of stopped where I was for a minute. I was thinking, well, there is still a bite of grass out there, and the thistles aren't in head, so I don't have to do any more. The cattle are more than happy. They are all currently down the bottom there in a big group, just enjoying the afternoon, early evening. My job today, well, one thing I did set myself today, which I was intended to do, was to clean this yard out. I'm not going to get that done, but I am going to get that feeder shifted. So just come down, open the gates. We're now going to go and get the skid steer. I can't remember what's on it. I think it's pallet forks are on it, which would be ideal. We're going to come and lift that out of there, get that out, and then tomorrow the plan is to come in here, clean that out as best I can, get as much of it out as I can. Might have to hand pick some of this stone, maybe even come in with the Doosan and the 4-foot bucket and grade some of that off and just get it half tidy. And then I think it's going to be 20 ton of or 16 ton of type 1, and we're going to redo this yard. So in preparation for hopefully Tim coming in a couple of months to put up new roof over this. So as I said before, that's the plan. Looked some logs earlier. Had a customer ring us up and said, oh, I need some logs. Want to fill me shed up? Right, okay, no problem. Mikey had a spare hour and a half. And I said to Mikey, oh, bring a bag of logs on the truck. It's only in a Barclays, not very far, and you could do that. And I'll text the customer and tell him you're coming. Yeah, righto. He put the logs on, I text the customer, and literally just as he took the bag of logs on there, I had a text back from the customer going, we're not at home, we're actually in Leicester. All the cars are on the drive and the gate's locked, so you can't get in. So now I've got a bag of logs in the back of my Land Rover. Yeah, they're stuck on there, so. Right, I'm just gonna knock out, I've got some burdocks here. We're just gonna knock these off with the pallet forks. And then we'll go and lift the feeder, right? I know that's not a burdock, but it's coming off anyway, and so's that. That's a burdock. I can't see the root, but I know it's there somewhere. Now I can see you. You're about there. Go on. He's a tough one. I think that got it. Yeah, that got it. And then we got another in there. Just feeling for the, there he is. There's the stem. Have some of that. And some of that. Have some of that. They don't like it up on them burdocks. There you go. Sorted. Right. Let's have this ring feeder out of here. Pretty ripe smell I've dug up there. I definitely broke the skin on that one. Woo! Whoa, yeah, that's a bit. Whoa, that's fuck me, that's ripe. Right, where's the barn roof? I don't want to clout that. We're clear. And then the gate. I don't want to clout that either. join the list of things that have to be steam cleaned, unless we decide to feed more bales, and then I might actually use it before I steam clean it. So I'll leave it there, and my options are open. Right, okay, so we have knocked off our burdocks. Oh, there's another one there. We haven't killed them. They'll come back, but they definitely won't like that. And there. Good. Yeah, that'll slow them down a little bit. Right, so 5:25. I need to go in the house and get ready to upload tonight's video. Don't know if I'm coming back down here or not. I might, but then again I might not. So, and if I don't, well, I'll see you tomorrow.